So this is a $250 microphone that's supposed to give me the very rich, deep radio DJ kind of voice. And the question is, should you be spending $250 on audio for your Zoom or Google Meet session? So my very first Zoom experience was back during the COVID days, whereby we trainers have to quickly figure out how to use this new software. So I used my mobile phone, the onboard camera, as well as the microphone to conduct my session. And of course, I had my laptop next to me to control the slides. It went okay, but I knew that I needed to invest in better equipment, especially since I didn't have a proper room back then and there was the background noise, the traffic and the wind blowing and whatnot. So today we're going to review on all the devices that has noise cancellation, which is pretty important, especially during a Zoom session. Now, my very first investment was the Plantronics Explorer 500, and this is a $60 Bluetooth earpiece. I'm not so sure if they still sell this, but it's one of the mid-range Bluetooth earpiece whereby other earpieces will have similar quality as well. So it worked pretty well actually in terms of noise cancellation, but my voice didn't sound very nice. Yeah, so it worked well, especially when there was once I had to go to the school and conduct the Zoom session there, which was weird. They put me alone in a classroom when there's no aircon, the windows are open, and the students were at another room. Yeah, COVID days. So basically, I had to use my earpiece to ensure that my voice came out loud and clear and there was no humming or background sound of the noise and all. So it worked pretty well, but I wanted to invest in more. So I invested in a Logitech Pro X gaming headset. It cost about $100. Now this headset apparently comes with a stand. It is really good in terms of cancelling out the background noise, only picking up my voice. And yeah, according to YouTube and all, they tell me that, oh, the sound is actually pretty good, the mic itself. I like this headset a lot because why? It helps me to hear my participants clearly as well because, online in Zoom, there'll be some people who are using their laptop microphone, which is pretty much the worst. You can hardly discern what they're saying using the speaker, but with the headset, at least you can slowly figure out what they are saying. So this works pretty well. But of course, being a gadget guy, I wanted something more. So I went online and I saw a lot of people using, this R2-D2 looking microphone here. It is a Logitech Blue Yeti microphone. Now, it doesn't come with this screen here. This is an add-on. But yeah, if you notice, it is one of the most popular mic used on YouTube. And I found out that it has directional. You can set it to be directional. That means you only pick up the voice from the front and kind of block out those sound from the back. So to me, it works as like a noise cancellation in a sense. It being a condenser mic means that it has really, really good sound quality. So I bought this and I knew I could only use this in the context of a closed room. This guy is so clear that it picks up when my fan is on or when my kids are screaming behind the door. Yeah, they want my attention basically. So yeah, it picks up every little sound because it's so sensitive and that's why it sounds so good. I happened to chance upon a few podcasters who were using this very interesting looking microphone. It is apparently the Shure SM7B. It is an expensive microphone but used by many of those podcasters or YouTubers online because it gives this very rich, deep radio DJ kind of voice. And and I realized it has a cheaper version that allows for USB connection, which was good for me. I just plug this into my PC and it works. And it is not a condenser mic, it is a dynamic mic, which means the microphone range in terms of distance to your mouth is very limited. In fact, the proper way to use it is to keep the mic right in front of your face and you keep your hands in front of the microphone. If you notice, that is how most of the podcasters conduct their podcasts using this microphone. So the downside of this mic is that if I happen to turn away or if I happen to lean back maybe about 1 feet away from the microphone, you can actually hear the difference in the sound. That means it does block out all the noise, pretty much all the noise, especially when my kids want my attention. And of course, please, yeah, my babies are. Can you hear them on the Shure MV7? They're banging on the door now, wanting my attention. So we're going to test the quality of the different microphones, and therefore I'm set up in a pretty wacky kind of way. So this is the sound coming out from the Shure MV7 dynamic mic. It's currently positioned directly in front of my mouth, which is the most ideal position for this particular microphone. And so now we have moved on to the Blue Yeti condenser mic. It's positioned about 45 degrees, pointing 45 degrees away from my mouth, and this is apparently the most ideal position for this particular condenser mic. So now we've moved on to the Logitech Bluetooth headset now. And currently this sound is coming from a room with the windows closed and the fan turned off. So this will minimize any background or traffic noise you may hear. And this is the sound coming from the Bluetooth earpiece, the Plantronics Explorer 500. But before we moved on to opening the windows and let it a bit more of ambient sound to hear the difference, I'm also recording this on my smartphone. And basically this is a Samsung S22 Ultra camera phone. So if you're not going to use an external mic, this is the sound you're going to get from the smartphone itself. So it's a Shure MV7, currently recording with the windows open and the fan set to low. So there is some background wind noise as well as traffic noise. And we're going to move on to the Blue Yeti. So this is the Blue Yeti microphone. Same situation. I'm not so sure whether you can hear the traffic sound. And now we moved on to the Logitech Bluetooth headset. Same thing, see whether can you listen to any of the traffic noise coming from the back or the wind noise. This is a Plantronics Explorer Bluetooth earpiece over here. As I mentioned, try to see whether you can hear the background sound, the wind noise, or the traffic noise itself. And finally, the sound coming from the smartphone itself, from the S22 Ultra. See whether you can hear the background wind noise as well as the traffic noise. End of the day, for most of my Zoom sessions, personally, I go back to my Logitech Pro X headset because this allows me to be hands-free. I can have my table in front of me clear and I can conduct whatever session I want, without any obstruction in front of me. And this allows me to hear my participants clearly. Now, one thing amazing about this headset is that it comes with the Logitech software, which allows me to click on this to enable what they call the Blue Voice. During the sound test just now, this was the plug and play sound. Plug and play means it is a sound that you get straight out of the box without using any software. And if you can see when I enable the Blue Voice, this is the sound that you get. Currently it's set to broadcaster 1, so I should sound a lot more like a broadcaster. There are other presets as well to change your voice here, which makes it pretty interesting to use. So therefore, my number one go-to microphone for workshops and classes will be the Logitech headset. Now for the Shure MV7, I still do recommend it as it dominates in terms of the audio quality. But just to let you know, for this mic, I am limited. For example, when I'm conducting my gardening sessions, when I'm using saw and a pot down there and I have to show them how to do the hands-on online, I was limited with the fact that there is a mic in front of me. Even when I use my boom arm to hold the mic, it just doesn't work. It's blocking my face and I cannot move further from the mic. So that's the limitation of the Shure MV7, which is the smaller brother of the SM7B but sounds just as awesome. Now that you know more about these 4 different microphones, let me know down in the comments below which microphone do you think is most suitable for you. Do some recommendations on any other gadgets or microphones I should test out because, I'm a gadget guy. And of course, please subscribe to this channel by clicking on the button down below here. And look out for my upcoming video, how to prepare and give an amazing presentation for beginners.